much time do we have for us? It's gonna take a while. Just kidding. Mom came to me probably 10 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Started planning her ceremony. She was 90 years old at the time. She started to prepare for death. She said, "Gerald, I'd like you to talk a little bit about family, faith, and fun." We know that Mom never liked to be the center of attention. The old church we sat right over there in Colorado, you probably remember. We used to march in all ladies. So Mom, I'd like you to walk up here and sit up here in front with me this morning. She'll get the last word. Don't worry about it. She always will. Bertha Emily and Teresa Magnus, born June 18, 1910, the fourth of 9 children, 3 brothers and 5 sisters. She graduated from Mercy School of Nursing in 1931. Married Dad Gerald Red in 1935. She was a mother of 8. Father mentioned grandmother 35, great-grandmother 56. What a long, blessed life she lived. In her lifetime, just so your great-grandchildren can understand, 4 territories became states. 12 of the 27 constitutional amendments were passed in her lifetime. One which gave women the right to vote. 13 of 44 presidents were elected during her lifetime. 2 world wars occurred. Mom really loved all of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. For the grandkids each year, she would mark up a calendar with all the birthdays. And she sent a card with a $2 bill. I remember taking them many times in the bank, with $2 bills. For the great-grandkids, at their births, she would run to the bank and purchase a $75 savings bond in their name. Do you remember how we celebrated her 85th birthday? She treated her children and spouses to a 3-night, 4-day cruise to the Caribbean. Remember how she set up a meeting in her cabin and kept telling us, "Don't forget to get the meeting. Just the children, no spouses." We kept trying to figure out what's that all about. I know we were all trying to figure out for 3 days, but she said, "Don't forget about the meeting." Do you remember what the meeting was all about? I hope so. Very appropriate. I don't think I'll ever forget. She basically said, "Our family truly is like a tree. A bunch of branches went off in all different directions." And boy, we did go off in all different directions, didn't we? But the roots remain the same. The roots are always there. On almost every occasion, when we would depart, she would say, "I pray every day that you stay close with your brother and sister." Family is everything. I'm going to read a note found just last week inserted in some of her paperwork, which just came about because of a question I got. And this is in her writing. She says, "My dear ones, when you read this, I will be gone. But I hope not forgotten. I thank you all for the joy and care you have given me and your father. All I ask of you is for your prayers and kindness and love for your brother and sisters. You have all given to me to be proud parents, and I pray that your children will give you as much pride and joy that your father and I have had. I express a few wishes in regard to articles to be given to each of you. When you get to the very end of life, you begin to realize how little things, how much they don't really matter anymore. Just remember, nothing is worth a jealous thought or unkind word. Just remember, I love you all the same. I try to be fair to all. My love with you always, Mom.
What's church going to be done?
I'll talk a little bit about faith. What a great month it is for us to have this celebration of our life. May, as you know, we celebrate Mother's Day. Faith wise, it's the mother of the church. We recognize Mary. ascension of our Lord and May. How appropriate May is for us today. She provided training, indoctrination to the dad, convert, and all of us. We went to Mass as a family. Who can forget Lent? Sitting on the stairwell saying the rosary. Tuesday night convenience, having the girls in the choir, and Tim and I being altar servers. She always got Tim and me over to Clark for the 10:30 p.m. vigil at Easter time. In summary, her faith was a way that she exhibited every day with the way she treated everyone. Fun. Mom made everyday task of being a mother fun. She continued this through the years with all the grandkids when they came to visit. She would teach anyone who wanted to play card games. Euchre, solitaire, King's Corners, Crazy Eights. She'd even pull out those old board games. Candyland. Monopoly, even point out her stash of paper towels, along with paper hook-on clothes. Who knows how old those were? Perhaps Aunt she's already still. How much she enjoyed spending holidays with her children and their families, either here in the news or on the road. She had a lot of places to go. Her hobbies that she enjoyed became talents. Embroidery, needlepoint, knitting, and sewing. I remember her embroidering on handkerchiefs and pillowcases. You don't see them too much anymore, but she used to embroider on there her initials. She only put B-E-M. I said, now wait a minute, isn't it B-E-A-M? Bertha, Emily, Andres, and Marilyn. She would say, yes, but that's too long, I don't have the pattern. But I never realized how significant these initials were until reflecting on her life. How these initials spelled a word which so described Mom. Being, the German origin word. Definitions which so aptly describe Mom. A rigid member of the structure. A shank of an ant. A ray of light. Radio slang, even because of Dad. Radio slang being made meant direct to a predetermined audience. She loved to pass the needle pointing, dying passing. I couldn't count all